Their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me. Money's coming to me.
And there's another story out that U.S. household net worth is at the highest level ever. We're actually, let me look here, $380 billion above right now where we were at the end of 2019.
Steve, 87% of all stocks are owned by the top 10% of this country. Okay, this is so skewed to the wealthy. Are you kidding me? Come on, you cannot tell me that the middle class feels wealthier today, okay, since the pandemic. That's just not accurate. The facts are not telling that. We're skewed to the top earners here. That's where trickle down has not worked. It has not trickled down.
And he's absolutely correct. You got to be nuts to believe this, that people are wealthier today. The middle class is totally been almost abolished, gone. Their jobs are gone. Everybody got screwed when they got rid of the pension and went to the 401k. I mean, that was really bad. We couldn't build wealth once you went to a 401k. You could build wealth with a pension. Remember, the very wealthy, and you got to think of this, at least 85% of the stock wealth, the stock gains. So I'll give you an example. When the market dropped 40% from February 2020 to March. At the same time, remember, value of real estate also dropped about 40%. Or not value, the amount of sales dropped 40%. But when the market dropped that much, the stock market dropped, remember, it's the wealthy who gets hurt because they're the ones who make money. You take the top 10% of the population, they make almost 85% of all the gains. And when they go down, when the market dropped from February to March, they lost $7 trillion. They made it back up. They got their $7 trillion back. But when they say, I mean, that's ridiculous. The average household's up. That's just really stupid. Just really stupid. It's just annoying. You know, people would have been much better off if they kept pensions. And you got to go back to the pensions. It's the only way you're going to save people. Look, unless you have enough money to go into the stock market, okay, you've got to make your retirement by wages. And nobody's giving wage increases anymore. I mean, it's really tough for a person that goes in the market today, in the workforce today. At least when you went in the workforce in the 60s and the 70s, God, you could look forward to retirement. You could look forward to a pension because there was responsibility of the company to make sure you retired. When you retired, you had the same wealth, the same comfortable living as you did while you worked. That's what a pension did for you. It guaranteed you enough money for retirement. The company guaranteed you that. You would have plenty of money for retirement. A 401k never does that. A 401k guarantees nothing other than you're going to get screwed because it's a skimming operation. Because the company you work for and the mutual fund company who provides for their 401ks, for the employees, their 401ks, they provide the mutual fund. They always make sure they give them the worst mutual fund because then there's a bigger pie to split between the corporation, the kickbacks, and the mutual fund industry who provides to their 401k the mutual fund. The worse mutual fund that they provide, the more money they split up. And that's the terrible thing about the 401k. It doesn't work. It's failed. If the president, any president, wants to bring this country back, you've got to go back to the 401k, to the pension. You also have to stop every time you give a large corporation a tax cut. It has to be mandated. Whatever savings they have, that savings has to go into the company, plow it back into the company. And whatever savings they made, they can borrow an equal amount from the Federal Reserve at 0% if they want, combine both, and it goes back into the company. Push it into the company. Go buy new machinery. Go buy new equipment. That's how this country grew. Whether it was steel or whatever industry it was, companies kept plowing their money back in. And in the 60s and 70s, and people had pensions, they did terrific. A kid could quit high school, go down to a factory in his local town, get on the line, and he was going to get married. He had kids. He's going to be able to send them off to college. He's going to be retired. He's got a nice pension. Those days were destroyed when they destroyed the pension and went to the 401k. You can't create wealth in this country unless you're in the stock market. You used to be able to create wealth when you worked, when you were on wages, as long as, again, there was the pension. They took that away. I don't know how a person is going to create wealth, how he's going to put money away. The average person, okay, let's say you take 50% of the workforce who make less than $50,000 a year. They have $6,000 set aside for retirement. That's it. They're not going to be retired. People are working longer than ever. People are working 2-3 jobs. The husband and the wife hardly see each other. That all happened when they destroyed the pension. When they had the pension, mom could stay at home, take care of the house, take care of the kids. And that's when kids went nuts. All the stuff you see out in the street where they're blowing everything up and setting everything afire, because those kids, when they came home from school, there was no mom there. Because they were grown up in an era that the mom had to work and the father had to work because there's no more pension. And when kids come back home and there's no mom there and these other kids come home with them, this is what happens. And then you got the teachers in school who are commies teaching kids about socialism. They go off to college, they teach them about you should be a Marxist. I mean, the whole thing is crazy. You know what used to get me too is with how when you get hurt, you get a what do you call it? When you get hurt, they would give you a Social Security. I forget what it's called. But you get a payment. You get I can't think of the word. But anyways, this workman's comp, thank you. The workman comp should go back to the city. The city should provide the workman comp. If somebody gets hurt, that money should come from the town or the city, because somebody knows that person, and they know if they're BSing. They see him playing a football game or whatever. And if it goes back to the town, if somebody gets hurt, okay, fine. Or if somebody's unemployed, hey, we'll get them a job at City Hall. We'll get them a job on the road for the road crew. No freeloading. I tell you, this country's so screwed up. It's unbelievable. So, I don't even know how I got on that. We'll get back to stocks when I come back. Unbelievable.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of the people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back. I was thinking the word disability checks. Disability checks. What a screw up that turned out to be. Think about it. If someone gets hurt and it's legitimate, that's great. Help them out. But we should go back the way it used to be. If somebody's out of work or somebody's disabled, the city should take care of it, take care of you. They can tell. Everybody knows everybody. So you can't. So the taxpayer's not getting screwed. So if somebody's got a little bit of something going on, he still can work. Give him a little job at the. Go down to the yard where all the trucks are. Go to the city yard. Get him a job, city yard. Get him doing something at the town hall. My point is, you can control it. Disability checks right now are crazy. And once you get disability check, you're on them forever. People love disability checks. There's no control because it comes from a computer somewhere in Washington, some bureaucrat. Let the check come from the city. And they're going to know if this guy is hurt or not. And put him to work. Control it locally. But I don't want to get into it. Look, it just drives me nuts when they're telling us how household wealth has increased to the highest ever. Okay, let's pull out everybody who makes $100,000 or more. Let's see how those numbers work. The numbers are skewed when you're putting in all the millionaires, you're putting all the billionaires. It's one big lie. Just like when they're saying the third quarter GDP will grow more than any other quarter. That is a lie. Because again, when they talk how great the third quarter will be, going to go up 30%, just like the analogy I gave you the other day. If you go out on a boat with your buddy, and he gets drunk and falls overboard, and he's down, he starts drowning, he's down 40 feet. And he calls his wife and says, gee, I'm sorry, I'm here with George, he got drunk, he fell overboard. And the wife said, well, how's he doing? Oh, pretty good. He was down 40 feet, now he's only down 20 feet. Well, he's never going to make it to the top. He's going to drown. But that's what they're saying here. This is all BS. The third quarter GDP is going to be great. No, it's not going to be great because it's still going to be negative. Before we went into the pandemic, remember, our economic GDP growth was negative. We can't even get back there. Even if the third quarter GDP growth is 30%, you're coming off the bottom, just like the guy that's drowning. You're still drowning. Even if it's 30%, we're still drowning because it's still negative. Because remember, you got to go, it's quarter on quarter. And so if it's quarter on quarter, it's negative. So don't listen to this BS. So even if they go up 30%, we're still going to be down 10% for the year. And we haven't had a positive GDP in all of 2019 rather. So what are they talking about? They're making it sound like everything's terrific again. If everything was terrific again, we wouldn't be having 3 more years of interest-free. We got a problem. And the other day I got so many emails when I said, if you bought a home between the end of March 2020, and September 2020, you guys screwed. You paid 20 to 30% too much for that house. Got all kinds of emails. Let me explain why. Anybody, again, that bought a house between the end of March, remember the market, when we had the pandemic, remember as far as the housing market, home sales dropped 40%. Our stock market dropped 33%. Home sales dropped 40%. So what did they do? The Federal Reserve, like what they've been doing since 2008, been propping up the housing market since 2008. They've been propping up the stock market, but nobody talks about they're propping up the housing market. And how do they prop up the housing market? Because they have to make sure the banks stay liquid. They print money, which screws you and me, takes the value of our dollars, and they go in and they buy from the banks their mortgages so they can have more cash again. So we switch out, we take the mortgages, put it on our balance sheet, the Federal Reserve, and now they got cash to go loan more and more and more. If it wasn't for that, we'd really be in trouble. No longer can these banks stand on their own. So they keep propping up the housing market by buying their mortgages. And that really hurts the economy. So here's the problem. So if you purchase your home in that 6-month period between March 2020 and September 2020, the reason you overpaid by 20, 30 too much, because you purchased in the middle of the biggest housing and pricing bubble. Huge. You bought into the biggest housing and pricing bubble ever. Because what happened was when the home purchase dropped 40%, the Federal Reserve panicked. And they went in and increased their mortgage purchases from the banks by 50% to prop up the housing market. So prices increased. You talk about paying too much for a house. Between March and September, home prices increased by 20% in just 6 months because they were in there propping it up. That's a 3.3% month increase. Hell, you don't get a 3.3% to 4% increase over a year's time. So they were propping it up, so you're getting 3.3% increase a month. That means your prices were going up compared to 0.007 or seven thousandths of 1% a year over 144 months or 12 years. In other words, from 2008 to 2020, we weren't even going up 1/10 of 1%, which you were buying when the price was going up 3.3% a month.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. I pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month. philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, I want to wrap this up so I can get back to stocks. I want you to think of this here. again, why you pay too much for your house. You paid about 20 to 30% too much for the house that you bought between March and September of 2020. Home prices increased from 2008 to 2020. That's 144 months. Not even 0.1% a month. Now, take when the market collapsed, the market crashed in March. At the same time, the housing market or home sales dropped 40%. And then what happened is the Federal Reserve came in and said, we're going to prop it up like we've been propping up the housing market since 2008. So that's what they did. They go and go to the banks and buy all their mortgages. So they have cash and they can loan it back out and so forth. But in the end, you paid for those months from March to September, 6 months. Every month, prices of homes are going up 3.3%. And over the 144 months prior to that, they weren't even going up 1%. When you go all the way back when the market crashed. So you paid about 20% too much for your house. Here's the other problem. Every market crashes, whether it's a housing market or stock market crash, because of debt. Because of debt. When the housing market crashed, going back in 2007, 2008, it crashed because of debt. Debt to income should be about 25% to have a nice, stable economy, nice, stable housing market. It reached 38%, and that's tipped it over, and that's when the market crashed in 2007, 2008. Today, while prices were going up 3.3% a month, think of it this way, even in good years, it only goes up 3.3% or 4% a year. It was going up 3.3% every month. But at the same time, debt to people to a person's income in this country rose from 25% to 40%. Their debt keeps going up. So the housing market, even before the pandemic, it was going to crash anyways. It's going to crash anyways, just like the stock market. It's going to crash anyways. And the stock market, you got such an opportunity in the stock market when it crashes. That's where you're going to make your money. Everybody's looking around, trying to figure out what stock I should buy. There's no place to hide. It's over. It's over. It was over on January 16, 2018, when I said this. I want everybody to mark down this date, January 16th, today. That Phil Grandy said, on this date, January 16th, this is the beginning of the stock market crash. The crash will be caused by China, the FANG stocks. There you go. And China is our big problem right now. And the FANG stocks are starting to collapse. They were carrying the whole stock market. So there's two places to make money in the market. And if you just join my gang and follow me, and it's free for 10 days so you can see you're getting value, please. I'm not even charging you for 10 days. The place that you're going to make money in the stock market first and foremost is in oil. Oh, everybody, oil, no way, oh, no. That's where you make your money. Oil has gotten killed. Exxon, BP, okay, oil service companies gotten brutalized. That's where you go to make money. But you just need a chart to tell you when to buy. And my chart does that. In the meantime, we've been making a lot of money shorting the oil stocks. We've been shorting the oil stocks every day, shorting BP, Exxon, all the big oil services. We've been shorting them. So no matter what oil stock you look at, you can make a fortune on these, but you got to be patient. You can't think about this as a casino. You got to look a year out and say, on the next year, this is how much money I'm going to make. And when you go and take a look at right now, take a look at BP. For God's sakes, you think BP is going to go out of business? BP dropped from $40 a year ago to today to $18. What's wrong with you? 55% drop. And you still want to buy Apple when it pulls back. What are you, stupid? You're going to buy Apple when it pulls back. You're going to buy Facebook when it pulls back. You're going to be so excited to buy Google when it pulls back. Are you nuts? Oh, you're going to buy Amazon when it pulls back. Sure, go ahead. Buy it at $3,000 a share. What are you, nuts? You're insane. Hey, how about buying Google? There's a bargain. $1,400 a share. So I'm going to take BP, and we're monitoring it every day. Right now, it's right. And we're shorting BP. We're shorting Exxon. We're making money on the way down. We're shorting gas. We just started to short gas, natural gas, on the way down. We're shorting the drillers. We're shorting the refiners, the service companies, like Schlumberger, OIH. So while everybody's trying to get back into Apple and Google and get back into Tesla and all these other crazy stocks, this is where you're going to make money. So we're making money as they're dropping. Just think about this. You can buy the whole energy. That's an ETF, including BP, Exxon, Chevron. It's dropped in the last year from $84 to $31. 84 to 31. That's a 63% discount. So why don't you just wait, join my gang, and when I tell you to buy these, when it turns green and the chart is always correct, you don't think BP is part of that group. LXC is part of that ETF. Then again, BP dropped from $40 down to $18. That's 55% discount. Take Chevron. Take any of them. Exxon dropped from $72. It's at $35 today. 51% discount. And we're making money as they keep falling. You make more money as it drops. That's where you want to be. Here's another one you want to be. Let's take, for example, Valero. Are you kidding? That's one of the best companies in the world. It was $102. Today it's $47. 54% discount. And it's still red, and we're still shorting it. It turned red at $96. And it's still red today at $47. That's a 51% gain. I'm not saying every gang member made 51% shorting it. Some made 10%. Some made 5%. Some probably made 22%. But the point is, they were doing the right thing. Shorting it. And now they're going to do the right thing. You don't think these oils are ever going to come back again? And you can't think as a day trader from day to day. No, you got to think, okay, if I can buy BP. See, I like boring. Okay? Boring is great. You sit there during the day watching BP, watch Exxon. I push my pen from the left of the desk, then I push it to the right of the desk, and I nod off. Then I get woken up, then I look and I keep pushing the pen from one, then I go and have a peach, and I come back. I love boring. So you go buy all the hot stocks. Go buy Tesla. There you go. Go buy Tesla today. What are you, nuts? Be smart, join my gang, and catch these oils with me.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. Phil'sGang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With Phil'sGang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to Phil'sGang.com. Phil'sGang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to Phil'sGang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to Phil'sGang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, oil services, I mean, these guys are all going to come back. If they're going to get they'll find at some point a vaccine, just like the airline stocks. All going to take off again. Hey, we did terrific with our airline stocks. We did wonderful with our airline stocks. And example, AAL, we did nicely with that stock. And then we got out just before it turned red. Love, Southwest Airline, beautiful. When it turned green at around, I think it was around $34. And then it started to turn red around $40. So that was a nice little gain. 17%. So let's say some members got 17%, some members got 5%, some members got 8%. But here's the key right now. Okay. It's almost ready to short. It's almost ready. It just turned red 2 days. We need one more day for it to turn red. And we can pick up at least another 8 to 10% return. Nice and boring. It's only a $38 stock, but it's boring. So we can pick up a nice 8 to 10, maybe 12% return on our money because it's boring. Just like we picked up a nice on the way up, we had a nice return. Boring. Now I'm not saying don't go and buy your FANG stocks and all that, but why do you want to put that kind of money in these stocks? Gold. Now gold, remember they're doing everything to suppress gold. Everything to suppress gold and mining stocks. The Federal Reserve. Because the Federal Reserve has done a horrible job. They're not sticking to their mandate of making sure we have 100% employment, making sure that our the prices are stable. You want to see inflation. My God. See soybeans went up 10%. That's going to take and move all the prices of food up into the stock market. I mean, all the supermarkets, prices are going to go up like crazy. We have terrible inflation. Our wages aren't going up to meet inflation. Just like with housing. Even if you take their numbers, the bureaucrats, their numbers, where they said in the last 144 months, medium home prices increased 30%. Just take their numbers, okay? So we went from $184,000 to $220,000, 30%. That's over 144 months, right? That's the median income. Now, the problem with that is wages didn't go up. Wages haven't gone up. So the problem is debt. The person on the street, his debt, to his income should be 25%. He shouldn't have any more than 25. The maximum, say 28, 30%, the maximum debt to income. But his debt is 40%. So you got prices of how, and we'll use the lies. Let's use the lies from Washington. 30% in the last 44 months, okay? 144. That's 12 years. What is that? That's about, I don't know, what percent is that a year? That's not even, my God, not even 1%, is it? What is it? 30, that's 7/10. So let's use their number. 7/10 of a let's say 7/10 of 1%. That's all it went up. Okay? So, but here's the problem. His wages aren't going up, and his debt is going up. So his debt to income is going up terribly. Should be at 25, 26, 27%, but it's at 40%. He never catches up. So you got people that are working, making an average of $50,000 a year, maybe two people working $60,000. They never catch up. They never catch up. So if you have a little bit of money you can put in the stock market, that's where you're going to create wealth. You never create wealth with wages. You can't. It's impossible. You used to in the 60s and the 70s when you had a pension. You used to. You could look forward to a great retirement. You kept getting raises because you had unions helping you out. No more. So the stock market, just like I'm telling you, the oil, if you had just a little bit of money, why don't you just be patient and wait till these oil stocks have gotten slaughtered to start making some money? Look, I mean, we got an oil service stock went down again today and yesterday. And just like the airlines, do you think the airlines are all going to go out of business? No. How about the cruise lines? We made some nice money on CCL, Carnival Cruise. We made some nice money on NCLH, Norwegian, but now they turned red again. So now they're coming down again. So they turned green. when we bought them. They turned green. Now they're turning red so we can make money on the way down. Look, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you one thing. Anybody sitting here telling us this economy is turning around, they're so full of it. It's not turning around. But it doesn't matter to us if the economy's turning around or not. For people who have a little bit of money they can put in the stock market, it doesn't matter. Because there's no place that you can beat inflation like you can the stock market. Inflation's the killer, and they're pushing inflation. They're inflating the stock prices. Inflation is what kills you. Every time they print money, it kills you. When they print that money, man, every dollar in your wallet goes down. I mean, so there's, some other stocks you're going to make a lot of money on right now? Shorting the builders. Shorting the builders. These stocks are going to get clobbered. The builders are going to get clobbered, just like they did in 2008. You just got to wait. You just got to be patient. So there's 11 sectors in the stock market. If all you did is just take the S&P, which has all 11, just do nothing but be in the S&P. Just be in the S&P. That's it. What's wrong with that? It has 11 sectors. So if you're in the S&P, you own all 11 sectors. You own the 500 stocks all together as a basket. So, give you an example. We got in, some of our members got into the S&P when it was around $310, and then it didn't turn red until it got to $340. So 310 to 340, that's a 10% return. It was green, never changed color. Just stay with it. Matter of fact, we took profits when it got up to $350. We took profits, even though it was green. And then she turned, because why? Because on our chart, the beautiful thing about our charting is we have another color, and it started to turn yellow when it peaked. Think about this. The stock started to turn green, okay, right around here. I'll give you the correct price. Started to turn green, and we're talking about the spiders. Turned green around, was right around $330. And then when it got to around, I think it was around, what was it? I think it was a high around I think it was around 360, something like that, 360. So that was a gain of nice 9%, but it turned yellow. Now that's not red. Yellow's telling you, okay, be careful. Institutions are now starting to take out a little bit of money. So now you know to reduce your shares. Does anybody ever call you, tell you to reduce your shares? So we had maximum amount of shares on, okay, from July, let's say from I don't know, just to say July 5th, okay, we had maximum amount of shares on, and now, here it is, I was trying to get the number, okay, from July when they were around $316, and then it went up to start to turn yellow around $352. So 11% it started to turn yellow, gave us a warning. Take half of your shares off, or 3/4 of your shares off. You're already up 10, 11%. Then it turned red. So now at 340, you need to take the rest of your money off and now short it. You can just stay in that one spider all year. If you did nothing else, I'll challenge you. You do nothing else except the spiders, but you got to short it as well as buy it. You'll make more money than you'll ever make in a 401k or doing anything else trying to keep up with inflation. Join my gang tonight free for 10 days. And get the chart and get the membership free, and you'll see it works. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.